Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Thursday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today, we are in Game 3 of the first round playoffs for our NBA 2K23 Road to the NBA Finals Series for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we are actually heading out to Utah for the next two episodes. So we currently lead the series 2-0 over the Utah Jazz. So Rudy Gobert is going back to his former home court, and I'd be surprised if he was player of the game for both of the two games in Utah if the Timberwolves win it. So if we win two of the games, we sweep the Utah Jazz, and we will advance on to the next round of NBA playoffs. Don't know who our opponent is, but I could probably see maybe the Lakers or maybe the Grizzlies to be our opponent. So without a further ado, we are going to show you the uniforms, and we'll see you guys at tip-off. Alright, so the Minnesota Timberwolves will be wearing their white association uniforms on the road. And meanwhile, for the Utah Jazz, they're going to be wearing their classic John Stockton and Karl Malone era uniforms. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys in Salt Lake City. Alright, so here we are at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the Utah Jazz have won the tip-off, so now Rudy Gobert starts off the game with a steal from Colin Sexton, and he drills a three to begin the game here in Salt Lake City. He is returning to Salt Lake City in a Minnesota Timberwolves outfit. So now Colin Sexton, he's going to try to drill this one in, but Rudy Gobert picks up that rebound for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now Lauri Markkanen has a shooting foul, so this means that Gobert will have two chances to go to the free-throw line, and it is already 4-0. Make that 5-0 here at Vivint Smart Home Arena. So we won big time, 110-37 last time at Target Center. Last episode, rather, in Target Center. And Karl-Anthony Towns picks up the basketball. So now Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to knock down a three from downtown. And it is now 8-0 here in Salt Lake City because Lauri Markkanen, he's going to pass it over to Colin Sexton. So now they miss that. I think Jaden McDaniels picks it up. So we're going to pass it all around. Use some Gobert some Gobert action. And it's now 10-0 Minnesota Timberwolves lead. So Timberwolves are off to a good road start. So now Colin Sexton loses the basketball again. So now he's going to actually pass it over to Mike Conley, who formerly played with the Utah Jazz from 2019 through 2023. So Jazz take a timeout. All right, so it is now 16-0 here in Salt Lake City as the Timberwolves are taking this 18-0 lead over the Utah Jazz. So they are just destroying them. So if we win this game, we just have one more game to play against Utah, and Utah is at its highest hopes of scoring their first few points of the game. So now Lauri Markkanen gets it in with a pretty decent layup, I'd have to say. And 1 for 5 from Utah, 6 for 6 for Minnesota. So it's now 20-2 here in Utah. So the biggest lead was 18 points. So now Rudy Gobert, he's trying to be more of a perimeter player. So now Colin Sexton misses that three-pointer. Olynyk picks it up. So now it is 20-4. And I'm passing it supposedly to Rudy Gobert. So now Gobert gets it in. It's now 22-4. And 16 points on a hot start today. And Jordan Clarkson, he's going to pass it all around. And then Colin Sexton, he's going to pass it over to Lauri Markkanen. So now Lauri Markkanen, what is he doing? There's only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. and you're just going to dribble it out. And there appears to be a foul. It's on Kyle Anderson. So too bad, so sad for us. So this means Lauri Markkanen will go to the free throw line, gets it in there, and it's now 22-7. So now Gobert, he is in fact going to get this one in for two. Now it's 24-7, and Lauri Markkanen, he's going to pass it over to Talen Horton-Tucker, and then done, and then over to Rudy Gay, gets that in. So it's now 24-9. And we're actually going to make it 26-9 with this lead. So now 20.3 seconds left to go in this first quarter here in Salt Lake. So now they have taken almost half of their timeouts, the Utah Jazz. So now quarter of them actually. So now Gobert, he's going to go shoot it in for 5.8 seconds left. I think we're going to be able to win it for quarter number one. So I think Markkanen misses that. And this is the end of the first quarter here at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so 22 points for Rudy Gobert in this first quarter. I'm going to pass it over to Gobert, and he's going to knock down a three. It is now 31-11 here at Vivint Smart Home Arena. So now Rudy Gay trying to dunk that in, trying to spice the game up a little bit. So it's now 31-13. And Gobert wants to make this game 33-13. So he gets it in. So it's now 33-13 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So now the Jazz are going to pass it over to Talen Horton-Tucker. And Talen Horton-Tucker, we got something big right there. We're going to pass it over to Jaden McDaniels. Gets it in. So the player who caught that block did technically get the assist. So now 35-13 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So now this is their first time on the road during these NBA playoffs. I mean, they're ready for the NBA Finals once they pass through this round, the next round, and the round after that. And I could very well see this match being, the finals match being TWolves Cavaliers, because Rudy Gobert is battling off his former teammate Donovan Mitchell. All right, so we did some minor depth chart substitutions. Now it is 37-13. Where is KAT at? You know what? I'm just going to use Gobert, and we're going to knock down a fire three. So it's now 40-13 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. But Colin Sexton is going to pass it over to a fellow teammate. So now they're trying to at least dribble the basketball. They're going to pass it over to Sexton. And now Sexton is going to actually miss that, but Karl-Anthony Towns has a foul. All right, so it's now 40-15. We're going to use Karl-Anthony Towns. I think they took a little break from having Rudy Gobert on the court. I mean, he had 32 points in this game, and I wonder if he can break his own record from last episode having more than 64 points, because if he scores twice the amount of points that he has right now that he did last episode, he would have the same exact number. So that is just interesting to say the latest. So now Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to knock down, I think, just a simple two. So now 100% in field goals for Minnesota, 54%, 7 for 13. But they're trying to steadily improve. So now they've only had 8 points in this second quarter so far. And this Timberwolves team, they are just a very fast pacing one. So they're at 10 points right now. And the duo between Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns isn't all that bad at all, really. It really isn't. But like, I'm just gonna pass it around to Karl Anthony Towns, and it's a reach-in foul. So you know what that means. It is still our possession. So I'm just gonna maybe use some Mike Conley, drill a three, and it's now 42.6 seconds left. Colin Sexton, he loses the basketball, but now he's going to drill a three, and now 33 seconds left in this first half. I just think they're ready to win. It looks like they're about ready to win, even though it's halftime now, but still, they got some experiences amongst them. They really do. And Naz Reid picks it up. I'm going to pass it over to Mike Conley, and he's going to get it in. 11.3 seconds left in the first half. So now the TWolves have not even taken a timeout at all. So now 4.4 seconds left. I'm passing it over, using some Conley, getting it in. 57-23 will be the first half score. So about trying to do a half court shot. No good by Sexton. It is halftime here at Salt Lake City. All right, so 32 points for Rudy Gobert, as of course he's not on the court right now. So now Karl Anthony Towns getting a layup in. Now it's 59-23 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So now they're going to pass it around to Lauri Markkanen, and the ball got tipped. But we have to face the facts now that we have to do a jump ball situation here in Utah. So now it appears that we got possession of it. I'm going to go over to Conley, getting that in there, and it's now 61-23 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So the Jazz are down by 38 points. And it feels like they're playing at a typical high school basketball type scoring, like final scoring rather would be. And the pros, it's more fast pacing. And now Conley is going to get this one in for two. Now it's 63-25. And 17 points for Mike Conley. 3 for 3 from behind the arc. So now it appears that Mr. Clarkson is going to pass it over to Colin Sexton. And now Walker Kessler loses a basketball, but then he picks it back right up. And Utah is still wanting to thrive. They want to make a comeback in it because they don't want to get swept. No team wants to get swept, really, because if you get swept that one season, chances are you will not make the playoffs the next season. So now Karl Anthony Towns, he's going to knock down a three. It is now 68-29. All right, so it's now 71-29 with 1:38 left to go in the third. We got Rudy Gobert now on the court. So he had 32 points in this first half. We decided to give him a little break. Now it's 34 points for him today and 7 mid-range points. So that makes it even more good. So now Lauri Markkanen gets it in for 2, and now I got Rudy Gobert. I think I'm just going to step back, go to the crossover phase, and we get it in for 2. Now, Rudy Gay actually has a foul, and Gobert misses that free throw, and now the Utah Jazz have possession of it, and Talen Horton-Tucker's left foot, if you just see real, or they're not going to show, but they are going to show the block that Anthony Edwards had. Talen Horton-Tucker, his left foot stepped out of bounds, so that made it our possession. So we're going to score a little over 100 points by the end of this game, but now 39 points and 1 rebound for Gobert. And I just think Gobert is just so talented. He's so self-esteemed. I mean, he's been in this legitimate professional sports league since 2013 on the Utah Jazz. Now he drills it from behind the arc, and it's now 81-33 with about 36 seconds left. And we had a foul there, so this meant that we're going to play some defense. And now 36.2 seconds left. They're going to pass it over to Talen Horton-Tucker. And now Talen Horton-Tucker going to pass it over to a teammate. And now Rudy Gay is going to go into the paint there. So now 81-35. So we got 22 seconds left, 19 on the shot clock. So now we got a minor differential there, so it's now 83-35, and Utah is just down by so many points now, and Talen Horton-Tucker misses that. Karl-Anthony Towns, we're going to pass it over to Gobert. Buzzer beater, we missed that shot. All right, so now Rudy Gobert is going to knock down a 3. So we just began the fourth quarter. And I don't get how Utah took so many timeouts. They are all out of them. So they got no more left. And I take my timeouts pretty seriously. I really only take them unless if I absolutely have to, because I always like to have a strategic game plan, subbing out players, putting in players and such like that. So now I just take them 2 because whenever I look at my statistics on how I'm doing in my game so far, so now 3 minutes, 8. Oh, wow. We're going to pass it all around. We're going to use some Rudy Gobert. Gets that in. It's now 90-37. So now with 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in this game, Talen Horton-Tucker gets it in, so it's now 90-39, and 8 steals and 20 fast break points for Minnesota today. They are on the money right now. They are ready for whatever happens next. They are that type of team. And now Gobert has 53 points, leading scorer for Minnesota, and Markkanen has 11. So now Rudy Gobert picks up that rebound. So it's now 92-39. We're going to knock down another 3. And it's now 95-39. So Gobert is just putting on a show here in his former home arena. And in his former home arena, he shines outside of a Jazz uniform. But the fans still respect him, though, because he was one of the great Utah Jazz players after Stockton and Malone. I mean, they had Andre Kirilenko, Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer for the Utah Jazz. So, like, they really hadn't made the playoffs as much after Stockton and Malone played. And Gobert was like the main player, like one of the most favorited players, most fan favorite players after Stockton and Malone had left and retired the team in spring of 2003. So now they're going to try to knock down a 3, but no, Rudy Gobert picks up that rebound, and we're at almost 100 points. Once we get this shot in, it will be 100-39. So 61 points. He just needs a 3-pointer to tie his same exact point number that he had last episode. And now Gobert, I am thinking about just simply knocking down maybe a 3 even. Now he has 64 points, and now Gobert just makes that steal happen. And now he's going to try to make this maybe 105-41, and 66 points already in this game. This is just one amazing, talented 30-year-old man. And now we're going to pass it over to Gobert, getting that in. Now it's 107-41. So Timberwolves only have 2 timeouts remaining. Utah has none whatsoever. So too bad, so sad for them. Now we got Gobert making that steal. He's going to get this one in. Now it is 110-41 with 47.3 seconds left. And they lose the basketball. We're going to pass it over to Gobert. And there appears to be a foul, shooting foul, in fact. And now Gobert is going to go to the free throw line, gets it in, so it's now 113-41. We are going to take a small break, though. All right, Rudy Gobert is your player of the game in his return to Salt Lake City. Just rises up to at least 70-some points, which is just an outstanding statistic because he is like so talented. I mean, he didn't even play college basketball. Since he came from France originally, he played, I think, club basketball, and I don't know where in France he's from, but it's definitely not Paris. So just to let you know ahead of time, so now it is 116-41. We're up by 75 points, and they get that layup in there. Now 3.6 seconds left. I think we're going to knock down a 3 right before the game is over, and we certainly will. So 119-43 is the final score. Gobert just makes his debut in a Timberwolves outfit, and I'll explain the numbers. All right, Rudy Gobert, 80 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist on the day. Player of the game right there. Karl-Anthony Towns, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, Rudy Gobert had scored 4 times more points than Karl-Anthony Towns, but they did have similar statistics today. Conley, 17 points, 5 assists, 1 steal on the day. Jaden McDaniels, 2 points and 2 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen had 11 points, 1 rebound on the day. Rudy Gay only had 8 points. Colin Sexton with 6 points and 3 assists. Kelly Olynyk, 6 points, 1 rebound on the day, 2 dunks as well. Walker Kessler did have an offensive rebound. So did Olynyk on offensively. That was Kessler's only one, and an assist happened as well. So this will end it here in Salt Lake City, Utah. All we got is just one more game, and we are officially one more game to win after this one, and then we advance on to the second round. So we'll see you guys then. Have a great Thursday afternoon, everyone.